My fiancée said she needed to find herself before the wedding, then moved in with her ex. I never thought self-discovery meant betrayal this deep. She said it like a posture change, not a confession. Over oatmeal and lukewarm coffee. I need to find myself before the wedding. I'm moving upstate to Trevor's family cottage. The mug hovered halfway to my mouth. Trevor, the college ex, 3 years, the one whose mother still mailed Ashley birthday cards. He won't be there, she rushed. It's just his parents and his sister. I need quiet. Space. 8 weeks from the altar. Deposits paid. Flights to Greece confirmed. I tried reason first. We can scale the guest list. Your mom's adding half the county. She shook her head, eyes bright with an anxious shine. It's not the party. It's me. I've never been alone. I went from home to Trevor to you. I have to know who I am outside us. The sentence sat between us like a sinkhole. I stared at the ring I'd saved for the color we painted the bedroom, the neatly stacked RSVP cards. Then I set the mug down and said the calmest sentence of my life. Take all the time you need. Her relief was immediate, almost euphoric. She hugged me, promised 2, maybe 3 weeks. The wedding is still on. You'll see. She left Wednesday with 2 suitcases and a caption selfie on the highway. Sometimes you step back to move forward. Hashtag soul searching. I waited exactly 1 hour. Then I opened the safe, lifted the little velvet box, and started a to-do list. Not to punish her. To protect me. To protect the version of myself I kept misplacing for us. The list had 3 items. The last one involved an airport. The first involved a jeweler who knew my name. And the second, well, that one would sting, but only for a moment. The jeweler's bell chimed with soft guilt. The manager recognized me instantly. Mr. Cole, how's the big day shaping up? Rescheduled indefinitely, I said. I need to return this. He read the room. 2.5 carats, princess cut, platinum band. Day 52 of a 60-day policy. He scanned, stamped, apologized to the heir. Full refund will hit by tomorrow. For what it's worth, good luck. $18,000 breathed back into my account. I walked out lighter like I'd set down a piano. Next, Greece. Flights, hotels, Aegean sunsets, $7, $800 worth of romance. The airline loved documentation, grief moves systems. I gave them a close relative, the death of an engagement. Credit issued. Hotels required creativity. I wrote 3 earnest emails, then posted 1 honest review. Bride got cold feet, need to cancel. Sympathy arrived disguised as partial refunds, $3,200 back. Catering and venue were stitched with both our signatures. That fight could wait. I had somewhere better to be than the center of a pity debate. Saturday morning, I booked a one-way to Bali using the airline credit. Found a small villa with a pool that swallowed the horizon. My boss texted, use your honeymoon days, call it professional healing. At the airport, I snapped a boarding pass story, no caption. Ashley's bubble appeared in seconds. Where are you going? Finding myself, I replied. Brett, this isn't funny. Neither is moving into your ex's cottage 2 months before vows. Enjoy the lake. Airplane mode silenced the chorus. 30,000 feet later, somewhere over the Pacific, I remembered her hug at the door and the way relief looked suspiciously like release. Bali held out a sky like a rinsed glass. The villa's gate opened onto bougainvillea, a long sigh of water, and a bed framed by mosquito netting like a quiet crown. I posted sunset, the kind that paints conviction on your ribs. Tagged the location. Turned my phone back on. It detonated. 38 texts from Ashley. 19 missed calls. Her mom, Karen, 12 texts, 8 calls. Her sister, Brittany, 15 takes on modern morality. My own mother, 3 messages. Are you safe? Eat fruit. Send pictures. I answered only 1 call, Ashley's, while a singer half a world away threaded the beach with a guitar. What are you doing? Grilled snapper. You'd love it. I mean in Bali. Same as you at Trevor's, self-work. Mine involves salt air. That's different. I'm processing. So am I. In a pool. With a mojito. We need to discuss the wedding. What wedding? Silence expanded, then cracked. Our wedding. The one you left to figure out if you wanted? I didn't leave you. I just needed perspective. I'm coming back. 2, maybe 3 weeks. Maybe 4? She exhaled sharp. Stop making this sound dirty. Trevor isn't even here. Brittany says he surprised his parents. Pause. He showed up yesterday. I didn't know. Right. We hung up on different hemispheres of the same sentence. In the morning I posted papaya beside ocean and typed, self-discovery tastes better with sunrise. Her read receipt arrived in under a minute. No reply, which told me plenty. By day 5 I had a rhythm. Sunrise yoga, I never thought I'd try, a beginner's surf lesson that rearranged my spine, afternoons wandering temples that smelled like stone rain. That's when the call came. Trevor. Brett, hey? I know who it is. He tried friendliness on like a borrowed jacket. This is awkward, man. Ashley's really upset. She wanted space. I'm giving her the Indian Ocean. This is childish. She moved into your family's cottage 8 weeks before our wedding. She needed to think. Me too. From Bali. Bye, Trevor. She's been texting me for months just to talk. She said she was confused. The audacity was almost impressive. And you didn't think to recommend she talk to her fiancé? Not my place. But hosting her is. My mom invited her. Of course she did. I ended the call and posted nothing, just breathed. That afternoon Karen chose a public stage. Very mature, Brett, she typed under my beach story. While Ashley works through legitimate concerns, you choose to perform. You're right, I replied. She needed space from me. I'm giving her all of it, permanently. Comment vanished within the hour, but not before 50 mutuals took screenshots in their heads. Ashley DM'd, please stop posting. People are asking. Tell them we're both on journeys. Yours involves a lake and nostalgia. Mine involves not lying to myself. She called. I declined. Then enrolled in a cooking class and learned nasi goreng from a woman who laughed with her whole shoulders. For a few hours, I didn't think about rings or cottages, or who Ashley became when fear knocked. Day 10, logistics caught up. The venue wanted head count, the florist needed final colors, the caterer awaited the last payment. My Bali sim turned me into a moving target. They found Ashley. Panic reshaped her into efficiency, emails, bullet points, attachments. Brett, I mishandled this. I needed quiet and chose familiarity. I'm ready to come home and plan our life. Please stop this performative trip. We have obligations. I answered from a cafe where the ceiling fans hummed like calm. I'm not performing. I'm living. You wanted to find yourself with your ex's family. I'm finding myself where the horizon doesn't judge me. Contracts matter. So do choices. I'll come back when I'm ready, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4. She called my mother in tears. Mom called me warm and steel at once. She moved in with her ex to decide if she loves you? Yes. Then she doesn't. Send temple photos. Your father wants to pretend he's there. At dusk, a new number texted. This is Linda, Trevor's mother. Ashley simply needed peace. Trevor's presence is coincidental. I typed slowly. With respect, my fiancé living in your cottage with your son is not peace, it's a choice. We've insured separate rooms. The need to clarify that says everything. No reply. That night I watched fire dancers carve light into the dark and posted 15 silent seconds. Ashley replied with really? I sent a heart and put my phone face down. The flames hissed, and for the first time in weeks, I felt clean. 2 weeks in, the villa owner offered a discount if I stayed a month. I said yes before I knew I had. The next morning, a text. I'm home. Trevor and I are just friends. Can we talk like adults? How was the self-discovery? I discovered I want to marry you. Because Trevor helped you realize that? Stop twisting things. We only talked about life, fear, forever. I was scared. I'm ready now. I stared at the pool's edge, the way water didn't negotiate with stone. I don't want to marry someone who needs her ex to confirm she loves me. Silence. 5 minutes, then 30. We can fix this. Fix what? I'm not broken. The wedding's in 6 weeks. What wedding? She hated that phrase. I kept choosing it. Where's your ring? I asked finally. In my jewelry box. I didn't want to bring it to the cottage. Interesting. I sold mine 10 days ago. What? Turned into static, then into accusations. Theft. Betrayal. Receipts. Conditional gifts. My cousin, a lawyer, emailed a response that said politely, absolutely not. Ashley's dad hired an attorney anyway. Demands. half the ring's value, return deposits, emotional damages, transfer the honeymoon to Ashley. My cousin replied with one word before drafting letters, hilarious. Between legal emails, I learned pottery. I centered clay that didn't want to be centered and thought about how relationships wobble when you pretend they aren't spinning. The instructor said, don't fight the shape. Guide it. Let it tell you. Mine did. By day 20 the friend circuit was buzzing. My buddy James texted, you really returned the ring while she was gone? She didn't go on a walk. She moved in with her ex for clarity. Fair. Nicole, Ashley's maid of honor, sent a manifesto about toxic masculinity and Instagram stunts. I replied with a photo of my lopsided vase, healing one crooked bowl at a time. She blocked me. Ashley switched tactics, nostalgia. Photos from our first apartment. Our dog, he's mine. The custody agreement was always clear. Voice notes that started with, remember when, and ended with quiet tears. The lawyer emails fizzled fast. Conditional gift law was not on her side. Vendor contracts needed both signatures. Distress doesn't fly when you're the one who left. Trevor called again. Nothing happened. Brother, I truly don't care. She loves you. She loves certainty. And when certainty asked for vows, she ran to your guest room. That's not fair. It's accurate. We hung up as thunder rolled miles offshore. That night, I attended a ceremony where couples clasped hands and prayed into candlelight. I felt like an outsider and also like someone who finally understood why promises mean something. I posted the candles with one line, some cultures still believe in commitment. Ashley watched. No message arrived. Silence can be a kind of admission. Day 30 came carrying a suitcase and steadier heartbeat. The villa gate clicked behind me like a soft blessing. The legal skirmish was over. Nobody owed anybody beyond the bills we both created. Word drifted across the group chats. Ashley was home. Trevor wasn't in the picture. Karen had gone quiet. Back in my city 3 days later, she was waiting on my building steps. Puffy eyes, hair in a truce with a ponytail, sweatshirt that once lived in my drawer. Can we talk? We sat on concrete like teenagers. I panicked, she said. The wedding, the forever, your certainty, it felt like pressure. Trevor's family felt safe. No pressure. That's all. You humiliated me. You didn't ask for counseling. You packed. I thought I needed to be alone. At your ex's. I'm sorry. I want us. I'll do therapy. I'll call the vendors. I'll fix it. I looked at her the way you look at a house you loved before you saw the cracks behind the paint. Still beautiful. Still familiar. But now I knew where the water got in. I can't, I said. Please. I can't marry someone who needs another man's porch to decide about mine. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. And I don't know who you run to next time you're scared. She crumpled, then straightened. This is my home. It was ours. Now it's mine. She left without slamming anything. Sometimes endings arrive like careful hands. I stood in my doorway and listened to the quiet choose me. The wedding dates circled the calendar like a dare. I went to Vegas with the guys and posted one photo. Dodged a bullet, caught a full house. Ashley texted, this should have been our wedding day. It was, I replied. I married self-respect. Ceremony was gorgeous. No response. Mutual friends said she tried things with Trevor, then, predictably, found herself at his family's again and detonated Christmas. He called me after the ashes settled. You were right. I told you she'd be your problem. She's not. Give it time. Vendors will still want their money. I thought you're not canceling without her signature. I'm not showing up without my soul. He didn't know where to put that sentence. Neither did I for months. Back home, the venue and caterer split cancellation fees down the middle. She paid her half, around $4,000. Her dad's rage apparently steamed the wallpaper. Mine? Worth every penny. Sometimes tuition is how you learn you're alive. The vase I threw in Bali dried into something crooked and brave. It holds nothing well but commands the shelf like a small, defiant truth. When I dust it, I think about the instructor's voice, don't fight the shape, and how some shapes are warnings you're not meant to sand smooth. One evening, I almost messaged Ashley a simple, I hope you're okay. Then I didn't. Mercy sometimes means no new doorways. Months later, the villa in Bali sent a birthday email with a photo of that same horizon, the one that made space in my chest where obligation used to camp. "Come back when you're ready," it read. I might. Not as an escape, but as a pilgrimage to the version of me that didn't beg for clarity from anyone else's history. What I keep, the ring money turned into sunsets and airfare, the lesson that love without backbone is just mood, the memory of my mother's voice, soft steel, telling me the plain truth, the way Instagram stories became a mirror, I finally believed. What I leave, cottages where nostalgia masquerades as therapy, the gnawing urge to argue my worth, the reflex to fix what someone else keeps unmaking. If you want the movie ending, there isn't one. No last-minute airport chase, no reunion under fairy lights. Just the quiet dignity of a door that stays closed because you finally honored the person on your side of it. Sometimes people show you who they are by where they run when life asks for vows. Believe them the first time. My fiancée went searching for herself on an old porch. I found myself on a different shore. The horizon in that photo still looks like a promise. Maybe next year I'll book the same villa and sit by the pool at sunset, holding nothing except the knowledge that I didn't lose a wedding, I gained a spine, and a crooked bowl that wobbles a little but stands.